You are tuned into 50/50 News on the House of the Princess channel, hosted by Princess AV, featuring world, local, celebrity, and YouTube news. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell as I give you the traditional news with a small twist of ratchet. Let's go. Good afternoon. This is 50/50 News with Princess AV. We are on location doing the news today, so I'm not in the newsroom. But I thank you guys for coming, bearing with me, being a little bit late. I'm being a little bit under the weather, but again, I'm here. I got my throat lozenges with me, okay? Took my antibiotic last night and my Mucinex just now. So we's going to get through this. I thank everybody that has been here, that has been waiting, and that is patiently waiting on me. As you come in, I hope that you press the like button. If you have not, please do so. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, it doesn't cost you anything. Please support this lady here. I'm giving you good quality content. Press the subscribe button for me. If you're not sure when I'm going to be online and you want to know when I'm going to be online, hit the notification bell. And if you go back and press all, you'll get a notification each time I go live. Excuse me. So also follow me on all social media. We have Instagram, of course, is House of the Princess. I'm Princess AV on Facebook, and there's a House of the Princess group. If you would like to support the channel besides Super Chats, I do accept PayPal, Zelle, and Venmo at info@hausoftheeprincess.com. And of course, the good old Cash App. All of your benevolence is needed on this channel. Please go to my website, intimatedutchess.com. Sign up so you'll know when our lingerie and bras will be available for sale opening day. Also, we got our good old Young Bella lip gloss. I'm still wearing the gems today. Gems will be available later today. I've been having such a problem with Instagram and my phone. I think I got to reset my phone so that I post, but I'm trying to get the post up there so you can see all the colors. There'll be a flash sale today by the end of the day for the weekend so that you can get your Young Bella. I believe I put up the December also sale codes for members only. I will double check. If I have not, I will put up also the members discount. That is one of the perks to be a member of the channel. Anything that I sell, all merchandise is already discounted to people that join the membership. Hi, everybody in the chat. I see some new midday people. Thank you so much, Ebony. I miss y'all being on Ratchet. Complain about that. You think it's IG? Girl, my stuff just shuts down completely. The stuff is not uploading. Facebook shuts down. It might be the meta change. I don't know, but it's very irritating and it affects my business. I have been posting. I got like post, but it's really weird. I'm gonna see, but thank you for that info. Diamond Silver from Instagram, from Facebook is all the same. Thank you for coming in. Press that like button. Okay, so we're gonna get on to the news. I think I've said everything needed to say. First, of course, we're going to hit our local news, which is local to Chicagoland area, Indiana. Well, this is local, but it's actually national. Today is Shoot Up Your School Day, according to TikTok. The post has since been taken down, but they have said that this is National Shoot Up Your School Day. So the schools have been on high alert of certain happenings that will go on in the school with kids bringing weapons to school. And it's very alarming. So what we're going to do, excuse me. Did you say, Ditch? I missed you. I've been here. That's funny. I'll let that slide. I did that myself, mods. I don't even know if my mods are in the building. I don't see them. If you're here, let me know. With California Cutie, if she's still here. She's a mod. I know they be like them cussing words. They don't let them through. I do have them blocked. Okay, so first, look, I got my stuff a little bit more organized. They got a little playlist. I told you, y'all growing with me here as I get this all together. So y'all can say, I remember when she was just crawling through the shit. Now she got it, okay? Are you watching Selling Tampa on Netflix? I will be, but I haven't yet. Oh, my husband is in the building. Hey, Mikey Wayne. So, yeah, I gotta see about that. Okay, so today, this is a story about, again, bring your guns to school, y'all badass children, and TikTok. We'll talk about it.
Developing tonight, schools across the country on high alert over talk of threats spreading on TikTok.
Law enforcement from coast to coast can't seem to find any credible threats, but all the discussion has parents and students worried tonight.
Nate Rogers has the latest.
Right now, law enforcement is working to try to figure out who's responsible for initiating the now viral threats. Some schools have even canceled class across the country just as a precaution. Many parents also very concerned.
I think every school in the country that's aware of this is going to be on heightened alert tomorrow.
Parents should definitely expect increased security at schools nationwide Friday. This after TikTok messages went viral insinuating bomb threats and random school shootings would occur.
Most of these kids will say when they're arrested for it, they will say, I was just kidding around, it was a joke. This is no joke.
The posts, which are no longer on TikTok, reportedly encourage students to bring guns to school as well. Although no specific school was mentioned, cybercrime expert Rich Wolstocki says law enforcement agencies had to act fast.
75% of the school shooters have posted what they wanted to do before they did it.
At least 30 school shootings resulting in injuries or death have taken place around the country this year. The Illinois State Board of Education says every school district has an emergency evacuation plan. Wolstocki says schools and parents should invest in monitoring and filtering software to ensure student safety.
That's terrorism, quite frankly. You can't make a bomb threat. You can't call up an airline and say there's a bomb on your plane. It's the same thing.
In a letter to parents late Thursday, CPS said in part, quote, there is no known threat to any CPS facility, but we are taking this threat extremely serious. Now, Baltimore County Public Schools sent a tweet early Thursday saying that threats originated in Arizona, but police told them that those threats were not credible. We, of course, reached out to TikTok. TikTok sent us a statement in part saying they are indeed cooperating with police, and they found no evidence of threats originating or spreading on their platform. From downtown Chicago, I'm Nate Rogers, Fox 32 Chicago.
25-year-old walked out of the Hillside Police
I said
Department.
pause. We're not ready for that story yet. See, I got stuff a little bit different now. I just did a split screen so I could see. I guess it told me F me. Thank you very much. For me, this shows me that we don't take our children serious enough. We are not having the appropriate talks with our kids. This is definitely a disconnect from our children. How we talk to them, they ain't taking shit seriously. The fact that kids think it's okay to bring guns to school, to respond to people, to shooting people. We need to, again, I cannot stress this enough. You need to be more nosy parents. Stop giving your children's phones and allowing it to babysit them, to raise them. Be in their business, okay? Pay attention to where your kids are going, what they're doing. How are they acquiring guns to even bring them to school? and have bomb threats. This is a mess. And this is who is about to take care of us in our old age. They don't have any sensitivity to life or things of that nature. This is going from bad to worse. Okay. Yeah, I feel sorry for you because I'm glad that at least my kid is out of high school and she does not have to go there. Of course, it's not that she don't have to be in the world, but I'm glad that she doesn't have to deal with that anymore. Wow, they had to leave their backpacks at home. Wow. We have that problem here in Detroit where the kids get a hold of the parents going to accidentally shoot themselves or another child. All the precincts in the city offer free gun lots. We live in some dark times. Yes, it's evident that God is, in control. The world is coming to an end. And, y'all can have y'all thoughts on that, different religious beliefs, whatever. But I have mine and I don't hide them. It is what it is. Okay. Excuse me. I'm trying to get this cough suppressed. Our next story is about a Proviso West security guard. He has attacked a student. He seemed to be an honor student, and the attack was unwarranted. This next story is courtesy of ABC 7 News Chicago. And let's get right to it.
25-year-old Elijah Skinner walked out of the Hillside Police Department today, belongings in hand, shortly after being released from jail on official misconduct and aggravated battery charges. The former school resource officer was fired from Proviso West High School Friday, immediately after attacking a 17-year-old honors student during class. That attack caught by student cell phones, showing Skinner first arguing with the student who was drawing on a whiteboard, then grabbing him and throwing him onto a table and onto the ground.
I'm dumbfounded just like everybody else. Student is upset, parent is upset, he's upset. He's upset, he's scared, he's nervous, and I talked to him personally on Saturday, reassured him that police officers do not do this to people, and I think he'll be okay.
According to investigators, Skinner was, until Friday, also employed by the Village of Phoenix Police Department as an officer in training and was wearing a Phoenix PD shirt during the incident. And while police say he initially claimed the student rushed him, it was determined that was not the case.
We interviewed the teacher, 22 students, their parents, everybody. He still had no reason to be in the classroom whatsoever. He wasn't invited into the classroom, nor was he sent into the classroom. So anything that happens afterwards is his own fault.
At his bond hearing Sunday, prosecutors said Skinner barged into the classroom and demanded the teenagers stop drawing on the whiteboard, leading to the confrontation. The school district tells ABC 7 he had been employed at Proviso West for 2 years. A statement released today saying a background check was conducted, and at the time of the hire, Mr. Skinner was employed with the Franklin Park Police Department. Skinner was released on a $500 bail, a judge ordering him to stay away from the school and from the student for the duration of this case.
He was on his way to work at an elementary.
Okay. Look, I didn't press the button fast enough. For me, this story, you could look at if the little boy doesn't get into trouble often, and just even the way the officer grabbed him, to me, it seems like he was flexing on him. Like he didn't do what he wanted to say. Maybe they continued something. That was an altercation from the morning. And we know no matter whether your kids are honor students or not, all of these children have mouth and they talk back. And it just looked like to me that he just wasn't checking for that officer. And the officer had to exude his authority on him. This is problematic. It's problematic on the children's side and it's problematic on the officer side. We cannot black, white, orange, blue as officers, as leaderships. I know sometimes the kids make you want to slap the crap out of them. Let's be clear. Yes. Okay. But you cannot. It is up to us to be more mature, up to us to teach them conflict resolution problems, not to harm them. As a leader, he is now going to leave a terrible taste in the mouth of that child because he has abused him and misused his authority in trying to correct him in whatever way that he thought he was. I don't know what to say. You know, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say he should be fired, but I don't want to say he shouldn't be reprimanded because it was obvious the way he manhandled that child that it shouldn't have been. It just really that escalated too far. Right. You don't need to be working with children. Hello, Shrinking Sharon. Hey, still doesn't want. Yeah, that was too much aggression. You could obviously see the aggression in that. And that was far too much. Far too much. Our next story is would-be carjackers on the near north side don't get away with their attempted crime. A man, he fought back a teacher at a local school. Okay, Carol Bates needs to be deleted and blocked. I'll do it in a second if there's nobody here to do so. Carol Bates needs to be blocked and removed. So we're going to go to this next story, which is done by CBS News 2. Okay, and let's go right to it. Yes, security was made before work.
He was on his way to work at an elementary school, and it's safe to say that's the last place a Chicago man thought he'd be the victim of an attempted carjacking. It left him angry and concerned for his students. Marie Saavedra is in Humboldt Park with his story you'll only see on 2. Marie.
Brad, this neighborhood is no stranger to carjackings, but this attempt stood out to us, and not just because the victim gave us a call. It stood out because this happened in the morning, right outside of an elementary school with kids inside.
I'm in the anger stage right now.
This is Gary, whose first name is all he's comfortable sharing after what he experienced Wednesday morning. He says he was leaving his car to head into work at Polaris Charter Academy off Sawyer Avenue in West Humboldt Park.
As I'm crossing the street, I see 3 young gentlemen. I hate to use that term.
He hates to use it because it was broad daylight after 8:30 in the morning. Kids had just started class when he says the main suspect said this.
Give me your car keys. And then I say, go away, leave me alone. And then he said again, give me your car keys. And I said a couple of expletives to him.
In exchange, Gary says that suspect, looking somewhere between 15 and 20 years old, made a fist and started swinging.
Yeah, hit me right on the side of the head here about 3-4 times. The second I reached in my pocket for my cell phone, he started to run off and ran down the block.
Gary says he never saw a weapon, wasn't hurt badly, and managed to keep his car. He considers himself lucky he isn't one of the 66 successful carjackings in Humboldt Park so far this year. That's 17 more than in 2020, according to our CBS 2 carjacking tracker. The neighborhood also borders 2 other hotspots for the crime. Garfield Park seen 104 this year, and Austin seen the most in 2021 with 120 carjackings.
My biggest concern was about the kids.
Gary filed a police report and notified the alderman with the hope that something can be done around the school to increase security, so no one else at Polaris has a morning like he did.
I'm just concerned for their safety. You know, if it can happen to me, it can happen to them.
After that incident, Gary expressed some concern as to whether or not there were surveillance cameras on that school campus pointed toward the area of his attack and whether they were rolling, if they caught anything or not. We did reach out to the head of schools to try to get an answer about their surveillance system. We did not hear back in time for our deadline. We are live in Humboldt Park. Marie Saavedra, CBS 2 News.
Marie, thank you.
Naomi Alvarez says.
And see, the thing about this is now the crime is going more and more to the more affluent for the 2. Well, Humboldt Park is kind of, Latino neighborhood, but some of the areas where there are less crime. And now it's really ringing a bell. Now it's actually on the news. But yet again, you hear this narrative and this problem. Somebody's not raising their children right. These are your children out here during the day when they should be in school, out here harassing working people, trying to take from working people. Who is buying this stuff? It's got to be, guess what? Some adults that are helping them benefit from taking from working people. So there's a double-edged sword there. There's an enabler. Number one, some of the parents, some, not all. Some of the parents, there's an enabler about people who's buying from these children and encourage them to steal. And you're not raising the kids right, and the kids do not have no desire to do anything different than what they've been doing. And our city is in trouble. Yes, I'm glad he wasn't hurt, because most people, when they buck up, it may not end well. He's blessed. And that's all I can say. The next story is a hit and run case in Wrigleyville that happened months ago. They did not find the perpetrator, but recently he has been found, and he was driving on a revoked license. This news story will come from, I believe, Fox 32 News in Chicago, and here are the details right over here. And thank you guys, the news, for y'all assisting me in my
Naomi
newscast.
Alvarez says there's a sense of justice now that the man accused in the hit and run that injured her and killed her best friend has been taken into custody less than 2 weeks before Christmas.
I had this fear that he would somehow be able to spend it with his loved one.
Brett Dimmick is charged with reckless homicide and failing to report an accident resulting in death. It was back in August when prosecutors say Dimmick drove a BMW through a stop sign in the 3500 block of North Fremont Avenue, striking Alvarez and Sophie Allen. Allen died from her injuries.
There is nothing that we could have done differently, other than maybe walk on a different sidewalk.
Alvarez says Allen, a cancer survivor, was visiting from Florida, and the two explored Chicago. They had just taken this picture at Wrigley Field not long before the crash happened.
It's hard for me to make sense of, if we were to do that day again, what we could have done differently.
Prosecutors say after the crash, two men could be seen on surveillance video running from the car. Today in court, they said minutes before the two women were hit, Dimmick was involved in another crash.
As the BMW turned westbound onto Addison, it struck a white Jeep that was traveling eastbound on Addison.
Prosecutors say Dimmick has been convicted of DUI in the past, and his license has been revoked since 2009. Today, a judge calling him a significant danger to the public set his bond at $500,000. Karen Jordan, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
The shit should have been no bond, okay? Or a bond of $1 million, okay? That motherfucker should not be out of jail. The fact that he's been away for months, getting away with this shit for months, it didn't fess up. And I don't think he fessed up this time. He just got caught up, okay? It's another one of them people, y'all look for these efforts. Fuck him, okay? But, for him to kill them people, that lady, that is a level of privilege, okay? Irresponsibility. He knew he did something wrong, and then he fled the scene. This poor woman has escaped cancer. She came to live her life. I'm so glad at least the last days of her life, she had some enjoyment and happiness, and this bastard has taken them from their families with no regard to their life, only his. And I hope that they get the justice that they deserve. Not no slap on the wrist, no couple of years in jail. He murdered that woman. And it's not even, you say homicide, it is a homicide, manslaughter, but it would have been easier if he came and said, oops, I made a mistake. But you didn't make a mistake, and then you're guilty of putting people's lives in danger on a previous note, and you said, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. No, sir, you're irresponsible, and you don't deserve any compassion. That went away. that went away. So our next story is about the proposals of a casino in the Chicagoland area. Right now, there are no casinos in the Chicagoland area because they were outlawed. They're only in the suburbs and in Indiana. So now that the city has approved for us to have a casino, there are multiple sites where they're looking to have it. And now we have 3 companies who have put together a diagram or a diaspora? I forgot what it's called. Not the diaspora, that's African, but a diorama. There you go. And a miniature diaphragm of what it will look like. So we're going to hear this story. This is also from CBS News 2, I believe. Thank you. We got 5 proposals for a Chicago casino. Yes, he was. He was terrible. And I'm sure something else will uncover as this goes on. Oops, let me turn.
And now we have an idea of what it could look like. One step closer to getting a casino in Chicago. And now we have an idea of what it could look like. The city has 5 proposals on the table from 3 companies. Possible locations include South Loop, River West, and McCormick Place. Each of the bidders showed off what their casino would look like and outline the benefits they would bring to Chicago.
This project will create an estimated 2,000 to 3,000 good-paying, sustainable jobs for residents, especially those who are most disadvantaged.
Mayor Lightfoot is aiming to approve one of the plans early next year and have it open by 2025. The new casino is expected to bring in $200 million every year, which will help pay for police and firefighter pensions.
The moment in court today.
Did they say firefighter pensions? I don't care about that. I'm sorry. Because even the lottery is supposed to help our schools, and they're not.
Former Minneapolis.
But, you know, for me, it's about bringing jobs into the communities, giving employment to people, bringing positive income into our communities. Not just for the mobsters and the politicians to pocket the money. Help generate income just to the city because people are leaving. Okay, you know, even though y'all know my cousins, I love your firefighters, but I don't give a fuck about that and their pensions. That's not what we building a casino for. There's so many things that I would hope that they would spread the love across everything. Because, see, the firefighters' pension and stuff, that's because somebody fucked up. That don't have nothing to do with the people. Okay? Y'all taxing the hell out of us for everything. Okay, you buy a penny candy, 2 cents, they put 2 cent tax on it. And get the fuck out of here. But I'm all for the casino because let them old people spend their money. That's what they want to do. I'm not saying young people don't spend money. But when you go to the casino, the old people knock your ass down about their slot machine, okay? Let them go and enjoy themselves, and we don't have to go way out to the casino. Yes, the Hard Rock Casino, I have not been there. I'm not a casino person, but I do like to go. I have worked driving people to the casino and things like that. So, yes, that'd be interesting if they have their hands in the Chicago casino as well. I heard it's a very nice casino over there in Gary, Indiana. I hope they're using that money again to jog up the commerce and the economy over there in Gary, another poor city. Needs money. Okay, let's get it cracking. And with that being said, oops, okay, let's stop sharing. I forgot. I'm thinking we're going to the next segment. No, well, we are, but we have one more local news. And this is actually like a little bonus for you guys. It's a little bonus. Now, today is Ugly Sweater Day. And I have an ugly sweater party to go to this evening. I didn't know it was actually Ugly Sweater Day. So I'm tickled by this and I love this. I like little quirky things. So that's just me. Now today I do have on an ugly sweater for y'all. This is not the sweater that I'm wearing later, but it's the sweater I have on now. That's my old sweater. So it says, "Wake me up for presents." And I don't know if you can see it because of the green. I got to take the green screen settings off. But it lights up. It has lights on it. Let me see if I can turn this light off and you can see a little bit better. Yes, Snoopy is sitting on the house. And he's sitting up there with his tree. He decorated his dog house. And that's my ugly sweater. I get cussed out by the old people every other day at bingo. Look, y'all got to tell me. Look, Roxy just told me that I got bingo. I ain't played bingo in years. I'm that type of old person. Give me some bingo and some Pokino. I'm here for it. So let's look at this story by Fox News about the ugly sweaters. I wanted to share this because I really like this. Just the premise of it. I thought it was the cutest thing. We're going to see again. The story is from Fox 32. See if I can make it big. There we go. Where's this volume?
End of the year. But where did this all begin? Jake, Terrence, and I are wearing our sweaters today to celebrate. And we are joined by Ray Jopro of uglychristmassweaters.com to learn about the history and about their ugly sweaters that they provided for us. And Ray, can I just tell you, we don't think these are so ugly, do we, guys?
I like it. Yeah. Well, I'm going to give it
right? They came out great. So this is what you guys do. So tell me a little bit about your ugly sweater. How is that one special to you?
So this one actually has some like moving parts to it.
Oh, we're jealous.
And it goes through no battery. It just has a little pump, and I can move it.
Oh, okay, that's hilarious. I've not seen one of those. Okay, we gotta talk history, right, guys? When did this ugly sweater thing come about? And tell me how you guys got involved.
Well, it really did start when like it was Grandma's ugly sweater. But it really became popular, I would say, in the last like 10, 15 years, where we're seeing ugly sweater parties pop up everywhere. And you even go to like some like bars, they have it as a theme for the night. We decided to get involved around like 10 years ago when we launched uglychristmassweater.com. And ever since we've done so, we've always just kept bringing it to a new level.
This is something we did last year, and this year we even took it to like more interactive sweaters where there is like beer pong or hoops. You can play games with the sweaters now.
Wow. Ray, I have a good question for you. So we keep using the term ugly sweater. It's even in the Chiron there on the bottom. But I'm looking at the sweaters that we're wearing, and even a lot of the ones that we're showing in the B-roll right now. And some of them actually look really great, and they're well fit, and they look really nice. Whenever you get requests, are there ever some of them that come out so nice that you look at them and go, maybe we need to make this uglier?
I guess, yeah, you are right about that. We mix in pop culture into a lot of them. Just like over my right shoulder or left shoulder is one for Baby Yoda.
Yes,
and it's like actually a really cool sweater. I will wear it just even outside of Christmas season.
So anything we want. Like Jake is obsessed with Die Hard. That's his all-time favorite Christmas movie. Mine is Gremlin. So like if I wanted Magua on a sweater, like with like maybe water falling on them or like a bright light, you guys could do that too?
Yeah, we could, Darren.
Okay, so what does something like that cost? Like, what's the average ugly sweater go for?
So you could get as low as 25, but then you could go all the way up to like $70. And making custom ones is 65 on the website, and we can ship them out within like one business day. So we have a lot of people here helping.
So is it too late if somebody wants to order one because they're watching us now?
No, not at all. Even the people in Chicago, you could be able to get one tomorrow if you'd like.
What is the craziest request that you've ever gotten? Obviously, you can do Cobra Kai. Oh my God, that's Cobra Kai. There are so many great pop culture references, but what is the wildest ugly sweater request you've ever gotten?
Sometimes people will like submit stuff like on the customizer that they'll call me and they'll say, "Can I get it the same day?" And I tell them, I'm like, I don't have Santa's sleigh to get it over to you right now. But, we're trying to up our supply chain more because try to get at least some local markets same day in the future. But, some people expect they order something and like am I not getting it right away?
Amazon effect.
It should be Amazon.
Right.
Yeah.
To be honest, Ray, this could be like year round. It doesn't have to be Christmas, right? Have you ever gotten like Valentine's Day requests or like St. Patrick's Day requests as well?
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah, we actually like do different holidays, but mostly the ugly Christmas sweaters is like one of the biggest things, at least for uglychristmassweater.com. We love being a part of like the rush and helping people out because we have stuff that you can't find like in a normal store like TJ Maxx or something.
Okay, well I have to. I want to flash an ugly sweater up and then have Jake tell exactly what movie it came from because you identified every ugly sweater that has popped up.
I love the Pulp Fiction one. I'm a massive Pulp Fiction fan.
Okay,
that's one of our best sellers.
Oh, is it? Is it? Okay, what would you say number 2 is then?
I would say hoops. The one that showed where you could throw the hoops through the sweater.
I love this idea.
Right?
I saw one. Wasn't there one in the B-roll where like a beer actually came? There was like a tag on it.
Let me get that one.
That would be so dope. I would need like a box of wine.
I would go to that Christmas.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Ray, can you do me a favor? Can you, before we let you go, can you show us your customized sweater one more time?
Oh yeah, of course.
There we go.
You just get the right here.
I love it. Ray, you got to be a happy man to do a job like this. Ray Jobro of uglysweaters.com.
Okay, so if you like to wear ugly sweaters, you might have an ugly sweater party next week or want to wear ugly sweaters for Christmas. Look, you got she said, I want one. Yes. Okay, you better order today so you can get your stuff at the top of the week next week. I just wanted to share that because I thought it was the cutest thing. Now, look, I have most of my new stuff on a playlist. It's private right now, but I think I might make it public. And that way, anything that y'all tell me if y'all like that idea. If you want to refer back to any news cast that I put on here, that you can do that. I want to thank Fox 32. I get a lot of stuff from Fox 32 and WGN. So for my local stuff, I thought that was the cutest thing when I saw it this morning. So that was really, really cute for me. Yeah, they call them ugly sweaters, but they're not really ugly. They're really coming up versus the way they used to be back in the day. It used to be, they just look any type of way, but they don't look that way now. Now, what's going on here? Let me see.
We are one step closer to getting a casino.
Sorry if y'all can hear this. Okay. Looked like I was having a technical issue out of nowhere. So I just want to make sure. Oh, that might be. No, I don't think so. Because it wouldn't be on half the screen. And I'll figure that out in 1 second. What's the email? It's ugly Christmas sweater.com. Did I spell that right? And it's on Fox 32, Chicago Fox 32. You can find the story as well. So now we are done with local news. Okay. For those who are just tuning in, again, this is your first time here. My name is Princess AV. You are tuned into the 50/50 news, where it's 100% news with just a twist of ratchet. Again, hit the super chat, hit the Cash App, hit the Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle. All benevolence is appreciated here, especially at Christmas time. We're going to take a break, and I'm going to let you guys know that also, if I need to put in the chat, tell me that we do have all the names together for the Christmas exchange. But if I need to put the Google form in the chat, let me know. Press a 1. For our Monday party is our Christmas karaoke party, and we're going to have Christmas games and gifts. So if you need to sign up for karaoke, look, you do not have to be a singer. This is just going to be fun, okay? We're going to have a party on Mondays, our Christmas party online on YouTube here. So do not forget to tune in for that. Okay, besides that, now that we've done with local news, guess what? I'm sorry, I'm itching my nose like a crackhead, okay? I have to take a Benadryl to get through the day. And then it's a cat. He just halfway jumped on my head. We're going to worldwide and national news. Our first story comes today from ABC News World Tonight. It is about Officer Derek Chauvin. He has pled guilty to federal charges and turned informant. Okay. In lieu of his guilty, is found guilty plea from the last, they found him guilty at the last court for killing Mr. George Floyd. Excuse me for being so, having brain farts and being so cavalier about this. So that is Officer Derek Chauvin. Yes, I got to just send them to you, Marva. I had some last minute pullouts, so I had to change some things over, but I do have your name to send out to you. Yes, ma'am. So here is Derek Chauvin is the case right here at ABC News Tonight.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin pleading guilty to violating George Floyd's civil rights. Chauvin, of course, already serving 22 and a half years. George Floyd's family now reacting tonight. And here's Alex Perez.
Tonight, an about-face from former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. No cameras in the courtroom. Chauvin changing his plea to guilty on federal charges that he deprived George Floyd of his rights to be free from unreasonable seizure and to unreasonable use of force by a police officer that led to Floyd's death. A jury found 45-year-old Chauvin guilty on state criminal charges for Floyd's death back in April.
By the defendant guilty.
Chauvin was sentenced to 22 and a half years in that.
Hold on. I just got to say, that look on his face was like, I know you fucking lying. And I just never got over the way his face looked. Like he was shocked that his privilege didn't let him murder that man and get away with it. But let's continue. I'm sorry. I just had to get in that. Right there.
That case, Chauvin in June seeming to allude to today's plea deal.
My condolences to the Floyd family. There's going to be some other information in the future that would be of interest. And I hope things will give you some peace of mind.
Also part of today's federal plea deal, Chauvin admitting guilt in a separate 2017 case where he allegedly kneeled on the back and neck of a handcuffed 14-year-old who survived. George Floyd's loved ones reacting outside the court today.
Today he had a chance to blow kisses and give arrows to his family. We can't do that to our little who's not here.
And David, federal prosecutors have recommended a 25-year sentence for Chauvin that would run concurrently with his state sentence. Had he go to trial on those federal charges, he could have faced life in prison. David?
Alex Perez.
So that was the whole thing. He knew that he didn't want to spend the rest of his life in prison. So he's going to spend his, he got 25 years. I don't exactly know what the policy is in Minnesota, but I think it's fairly close to Illinois. He could get half time. Okay. So maybe he'll serve 10 to 15 out of 25 years. Good behavior, all that old bullshit. Yeah, like 12.5 years out of 25. So he knew that he fucked up with that other shit. And they had those other cases on him. So I think that his advisor said, look, just take the L, trick off, do something else. And then you'll get the lesser time. And they also said they're going to run concurrently. So he's going to have less time and less time. And hey, that's what privilege will get you. Okay. I wish they would beat his ass in jail, but probably the Aryan brothers will definitely take care of him while he's in jail. How can a person's condolences be sincere when the deceased passed in their hands? Woo! That is deep. Okay. Yeah, life for traumatizing black. Zero. That's not life. That's not nothing. He'll do 20 and he'll look like he got down with the skinhead. Yeah, he do. You look like he with the Aryan brothers. Okay, our next story is about the Haitian missionaries. So in Haiti, we've had some American missionaries who have
in court today. Former Minneapolis police
I have
officer.
to clear up the screen. I said pause, nigga. Some United States missionaries that have went over to Haiti to help, and they've been kidnapped and held for ransom for months now. So out of 17 different missionaries, they all have officially been released. Thank you, Jesus. And now we're going to have this story. This story is given to you by CBSN News in the AM. So let's bring them on in here. Okay, now we could.
The group held hostage in Haiti have been
Let me back it up for you.
The remaining members of an Ohio-based missionary group held hostage in Haiti have been released. 16 Americans and 1 Canadian were kidnapped at gunpoint 2 months ago by the 400 Mawozo gang. 5 hostages had been previously released. The kidnapping came as Haiti navigates political and economic crises fueled by natural disasters and a presidential assassination. Manuel Borges is with me now from Miami with more details on this release. Well, this is, of course, really good news that we heard yesterday, Manuel, especially with the holidays right around the corner. Do we know how the group is doing now and where they are headed?
Well, we do know that reportedly they were flown here to Florida, which would be probably the closest location where you can safely get them to where FBI negotiators can try to debrief with them. We spoke with a former FBI negotiator who told us that once they are safe, that those 3 hostages will undergo a medical screening, also psychological evaluation. We don't really know what they've gone through in the last 2 months. But also they will be debriefed. Any information that they can give the FBI about the gang that would help those authorities in Haiti try to fight the gang and try to prevent something like this from happening again. Of course, you'd imagine their first priority is to try to get home. We're still waiting to find out exactly when that will happen. Christian Aid Ministries, the Ohio-based group that organized that trip, had a very short news conference via Zoom yesterday where they did not provide many details other than to say that they cannot wait for them to get home. Many of these missionaries were from Ohio and Michigan and Pennsylvania, so their stop in Florida likely will be a brief one.
Well, then I guess we don't know much about whether or not the ransom was paid. The gang was initially asking for $1 million per hostage.
That's right, a ransom demand of $17 million initially, and that was largely viewed as the beginning of the negotiation. I don't think anyone looking at this case believed that that amount of money would be transferred to the gangs. And of course, there is a fear that if you pay for the release of hostages, that incentivizes these gangs to keep doing what they're doing. But at this point, there is no official word on whether any ransom was paid for the release of these hostages or exactly how the release was secured. We're waiting to hear more details, but some experts say we may never know because they may not want to discuss what happened exactly to try to secure this release.
So this was a very high-profile kidnapping. There were a number of Americans and a number of people, 17 is a large number, but kidnappings, it's an issue in Haiti. This is not sort of a one-off situation. What action is the Haitian government doing to try and prevent something like this from happening again?
That's right. This was definitely a notable case, the most brazen attempt by any of these gangs to kidnap that many people from other countries, from the United States and one person from Canada. But it's definitely not unheard of in Haiti. These types of kidnappings happen to people who live in Haiti all the time, and even women and children abducted in large groups for ransom. So that is something that this country has been dealing with for quite some time. This just became the most notable case, and even the missionaries have said that they want this to shed a light on the turmoil and the difficulties that the people of Haiti are living through right now. You ask what the government of Haiti can do or will do to try to prevent this. crisis? Well, that's the other part of the problem. The government is very weak right now and destabilized after the assassination of the president this summer. So it's difficult to say what, if anything, they can do right now to prevent these problems from happening. The voids that are left by the government right now, including problems with corruption, well, the gangs quickly fill them in. And just this week, you had a situation where gangs that control the fuel trucks that go in and around the country, well, they were holding those hostage as well. And you had a situation where a fuel truck rolled over in a neighborhood and people rushed to try to get that fuel because there's a shortage right now. And it exploded, killing more than 70 people. So all of these problems are interconnected. These missionaries, I'm sure, are very happy to be home, but also will want to shed light on the problems that people in Haiti are dealing with now that they have left.
Now, I did have the video of the carnage when the truck exploded. But at the moment, excuse me, that I had it, I didn't want to share it Wednesday because I didn't know the background story of it. These are stories that we need to know about. I had no idea. I probably heard something about the missionaries being held hostage, but we don't take that stuff too seriously. And it's terrible how this country is just falling apart. Either refugees are trying to get out and they're being beat or abused, okay? Or they're being beat and abused by people that are there. They're in a messed up situation. The gangbanging, you think gangbanging is gangbanging here in America, that shit ain't got nothing on what them people do overseas. Them people ready to die for their cause. They don't give no fucks about you, the kids, everything. So, and it's really sad that these people are out trying to bless others. Okay, we're out trying to do God's word and do God's work, and there are so much opposition from doing it. You know, it's really sad, and it does turn people away from being kind. And you don't want to stop doing that. And it's like, what do? Your own country can't protect you while you're out here trying to do the work. Even the native Haitians, they have to live in fear out of this. It's crazy. It's crazy, and some attention needs to be brought to it. It's really, really sad. They killed the president, so you know them people don't get no fucks. Okay, so I wouldn't go vacationing nowhere around there. Okay, all right. So on to the next story. You only missed the local news mostly, Shay. So you're in a good place. We're halfway through world news. Our next story is about Biden and loan forgiveness. We all know that he went through the campaign trail telling us that we would get all this money back from our loan forgiveness because of the pandemic. Now he has made a decision, and it isn't quite what he originally told us. We're getting our story from where? I don't know. I'll have to tell you afterwards. I'm sorry. I think it might be CNBC, but I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to go to the video. I'll know when it's done.
For a lot of folks are hoping that this day just would not come.
Certainly we're right, and a lot of people are calling on the president to forget all of that debt. Now, some on social media, including the ACLU, are even bringing up President Joe Biden, saying he was in favor of doing it while on the campaign trail.
Even just like a little bit of money to help repay those would be really helpful. So let's verify. Did President Biden pledge to forgive a federal student debt loan? Our sources are Joe Biden's 2020 campaign website, the White House Communications Office, Federal Reserve Economic Data, Federal Student Aid, and the U.S. Department of Education. During the campaign, President Biden said his job and the economic recovery agenda would focus on providing relief from student debt.
I'm prepared to write off the $10,000 debt.
His 2020 campaign website confirms his plan to cancel a minimum of $10,000 of federal student loan debt. He also went as far as to say he'd forgive all undergraduate tuition-related federal student debt from public colleges and universities and private HBCUs from people making up to $125,000 per year. So, yes, we can verify President Joe Biden has previously pledged to forgive at least $10,000 of federal student loan debt for each borrower. But let's go a little deeper on where this stands now. In February this year, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said President Biden is calling on Congress to draft a proposal for the debt forgiveness. If it was passed and sent to his desk, the president would be looking forward to signing it. Democratic leaders introduced a resolution to cancel up to $50,000 in debt, which was the president was not on board with that amount. If there is something that you see online and you hear about that you'd like us to check into and verify for you, you can always send us an email.
This is okay. First of all, I made a mistake. It's 11 Alive. I usually write the notes for that, but I forgot. I'm sorry. He lied. Okay, there's nothing away around it. It was just a straight up lie. I fixed it. I'm sorry because I changed the things. I try to keep it muted so y'all won't hear the echo. So I hope I fixed it for y'all. But Biden lied, and damn it, he's still alive on a wing and a prayer. Oh, and I forgot. Let me show y'all something. If you give me a moment. Let me look it up. My friend posted something. What's her name? Inner peace to you too. It's a TikTok. And what's this woman's name? Oh no, I don't want it that big. Under the desk news. Okay, let's find it. This was an interesting TikTok. About this subject, and I meant to bring it up. She said the lies. Excuse me. And I'm gonna follow her. Okay. We'll do that later. She does the news under the desk. This is
when I say those student loans are between Joe Biden and God.
Okay, so how do I make it big? Do I gotta log in and shit to make it big? I don't want to. Okay. You're holding up my newscast. What's logging in and shit? But hey, Clint, I want y'all to see it big so I won't mess it up. Continue. Okay, thank you. Make it big. That's what she said. Okay, I don't want to see none of this stuff. I just want to see the damn TikTok. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, let me pause it. In fact, let me see if I can just copy. Paste it onto here. There we go. Okay, wait, lady. I thought this was interesting. Okay, this is a news story about a little TikTok about Biden's past with student loans. Okay. There we go.
When I say those student loans are between Joe Biden and God, this is what I mean. In 1972, a 29-year-old Joe Biden won his first seat in the Senate and quickly rose to be the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, the committee that oversees bankruptcy legislation. He personally led the effort to make it more difficult for Americans to reduce their debt through bankruptcy. In 1977, he sided with a group that argued student loan borrowers were just using bankruptcy to get out of their loans, something that had only happened 1% of the time. And in 1978, even though the rest of the Democratic Party told him it would be unwise and unjust, he was one of 3 Democrats who pushed through legislation that made student loans unforgivable through bankruptcy. So the banks started giving out more money and colleges raised their tuition by 400%. The rate of American personal debt rose 2/3 of the last 40 years. In 97, when Clinton tried to cancel student loans, Biden blocked him, to which the credit industry said they consider Biden vital to deflecting pro-consumer amendments. And in 2005, he helped George Bush sign a law that made student loans pretty much never forgivable. So when he says student loan repayment starts again in February, I say those loans are between you and God. When I say those student loans...
The water is actually a fountain. It's supposed to be relaxing. I decided to leave it on today. The last couple of times I've been cutting it off. So I found that interesting. You know, they excuse me. They say Biden is bad, but you never realize how bad he is until everybody brings this stuff up. But it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. When voting between Biden and Trump, it's like the devil and the devil's minion. But I hate that he lied to us because, you know, he's damn near dead. I don't care what you say, and I hope that I don't get in trouble on YouTube for that. I do not wish that on the president, but he's old as fuck, okay? And he's a little bit sickly, okay? It seemed like you would want to do right in your last days, you know what I'm saying? They will forgive student loan debt. Our economy was strengthening. Yes, we would have more money to spend on other shit. All other countries let their students go to school for free. They promote them to be educated. And they have a better society, morally wise, but not here. Fuck us, okay? Let's get the hell out of here. You know, and then you pay all these student loans, and half the time you go to college and you don't even work in the job that you paid all that money for, okay? It's just real stupid and ignorant. But that's another conversation. I digress. Our next story today is about the abortion pill. Now you can get it in the mail. This story is by NBC News here on YouTube. Let's see what they have to say.
Supreme Court now, but not entirely. Today, the FDA announced that it will permanently let patients receive abortion pills by mail. Under a new rule, women will no longer have to physically go to a clinic or medical office to get the medication. They'll be able to get a prescription after an online consultation. The FDA eased in-person requirements during the pandemic, and now this rule will disappear permanently. Of course, today's move may add more fuel to the national abortion debate and perhaps prompt legal challenges. We'll keep you posted.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, that's NBC News. Okay, I hope that, well, let me preface this. I can't tell you what to do with your body, okay? But I pray to God that y'all ain't out here using that for birth control. It is what it is. It's still detrimental to your body. Birth control in itself is detrimental to your body, no matter what people say. They just get a pill, you know, or stop fucking, you know. Women are damned if they do and damned if they don't. We can't never, you know, do right because we hoes, okay? But we're childish if we don't let them have no coochie. Like, I don't understand. It's bullshit, okay? But anywho, I hope that you're not using that as a form of birth control on a consistent basis, because it's hard on your body. Try to find ways to be in a relationship with somebody that actually wants to have a baby, or just do better contraceptives. If you need to take it, then fine. But please know that that shit is hard on your body if you use it on a consistent basis. It's not the answer. Okay? Plan your fuckings out if you can. That's all I got to say. Okay, our next story is from Kraft. It's brought to you by CNN Business. Kraft is on a cream cheese shortage. So this is a little quick hustle to get you $20 holla. They are paying people not to make cheesecakes for Christmas. Where is the queen of cheesecake? Okay. They're paying you not to make cheesecakes for Christmas. And here's to find out how. You can get a pill in the mail, but the feds come when I order weed. How funny. Oh, I didn't mean to have it. Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me take it away. Because I got the wrong thing here. I'm thinking I'm sharing it, but I'm not. And boom. I'm sitting here looking at it ready. Why does everything blink when that happens? Okay, here we go. You like my news? Thank you so much. Look, I need the encouragement, y'all. So, oh, you can see it done. Okay. Kraft will pay you $20 not to make cheesecake for Christmas. I guess they get first dibs.
Would you like to come meet Santa?
Over 2 billion times. That's how often the words out of stock came up as researchers tracked just 18 different product categories online in October. That's worse than last year and much worse than 2 years ago. Among the hardest hit items, according to Adobe Analytics, electronics, jewelry, clothing, homewares, and pet supplies. The trend has been driven in large part by months of people sitting at home shopping online in the pandemic, and the holidays are amping it up.
The demand for the products as well as the materials to make those products is just far outpacing the available supply of those products and materials, as well as what's needed to move those products through the supply chain to the consumer.
Imported goods are especially vulnerable. Not only are manufacturers and shippers navigating a maze of periodic shutdowns, but even when their cargoes arrive, they are piling up in ports waiting to unload. Rosemary Coates is a supply chain expert.
There's a shortage of truck drivers, there's a shortage of warehouse space and workers all along that supply chain. So this is not, a snap your fingers and organize a solution.
That means for consumers, the day after Thanksgiving could be more like Bleak Friday, with some products hard to find and prices rising. Best tips, shop early. If you see what you want,
buy it now.
Buy it. Definitely, buy it now.
And have faith, just like many retailers, that the holidays will wind up happy anyway.
So, you ready to fly to Grandma?
I'm glad that I don't have no kids and we don't give a fuck about the holidays like that. And we're able to do other things. But let me read this for you. Excuse me. Kraft is using its cream cheese shortage as a marketing opportunity. For just a few days this holiday season, a limited number of people will be able to spend $20 on a dessert and charge it to Kraft, owner of Philadelphia Cream Cheese. The premise? People who can't bake cheesecakes because they can't find cream cheese can get another baked good on Kraft's dime. Okay, please delete and block Cecilia Johns, please. Here's how it works. People interested in the offer can visit a special website set up by Kraft. On December 17th and 18th, up to 18,000 of them will be able to nab the right to get reimbursement for the holiday treat. They'll be able to submit receipts to the company a few weeks later. For Kraft, the campaign is a way to soften the blow of empty cream cheese shelves and keep the customers thinking about Philadelphia cream cheese without souring the brand. I see what they did there. And please delete and block Emily Jefferson. Those are trolls. Those are bots with viruses. Anything, again, y'all see that dot stuff? Those are bots. Please delete them. Cream cheese is the latest hard-to-come-by grocery item of the year shortages. A spike in cream cheese demands during the pandemic has made it difficult to keep shelves stocked, Kraft said. Last year, with more people baking and eating at home, demand for cream cheese jumped about 18% compared to 2019. It stayed at the high level in 2021, according to Kraft. Meanwhile, restaurants are also ordering more of the product. Junior's Cheesecake, which sources its cream cheese from Philadelphia, said last week that it's been struggling to get through enough supply of the key ingredient, and it's been forced to occasionally pause cheesecake production, according to the owner. New York City bagel shops have also reported struggled. Excuse me. Has also reportedly struggled to get through enough cream cheese. To keep up with the demand, Kraft is pumping funds into its Philadelphia brand, said Basic Ogu's Philadelphia marketing director. We're investing millions of dollars on Philadelphia cream cheese, she told CNN Business in an email, adding that the funds will help increase production capacity. Oguns added that the company has temporarily stopped making a very limited number of Philadelphia products so it can increase production to its more popular items. And there you have it. That is the story about Philadelphia cream cheese. If you can get you an extra $20, go ahead and get it, okay? You see him being messy with tears. Oh, what I missed. Who y'all thought was from China? What is y'all doing? I've been seeing those in different chats and thought they were codes. They are codes, and I clicked on one and it was a porno site. So we don't want those in there. Please make sure that if y'all see them, that y'all block them, that y'all report them and get rid of them. Thank y'all so much. Because I can't see on the other side. That's what my great mods are for. My little knights in shining armor. Hey, Miss Winnie Pooh, how are you doing? Where am I? So that is all that we have for world news. Yay! Again, if you're just coming in or you're coming in shortly, please press the like button and also press the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I will reintroduce myself every break. I think that's the best thing to do for those who pop in and pop out, aside from you regulars. You are watching 50/50 News with Princess AV. This is the allergy season version, okay? I got to wait for the medicine to get down in my system and start working. Go back to the city where I'm less allergic. Okay, but we pushing on through here. I know y'all hearing me blowing and coughing. I got all these cough drops. I'm trying to keep it going. Okay, I went and took a Benadryl during this show as well, so that should help a sister out a little bit. All right, and guess what we're going to now? Let me take this overlay off. Celebrity news. Celebrity news. Celebrity news. It's the fun part. This is the part where y'all get to talk about people and gag and carol. You like world news? I try to even it out. Yes, those are pornos. She has to become governor first, but she is our hope. Oh, yeah. I might do a little bit more of world news and celebrity news as we're going along. I'm still tweaking this thing out and going along with this, okay? So, this week was, well, not this week, 2 weeks ago, they had the private funeral of young Dolph. But yesterday was his celebration of life. If you'd like to see it, the full version is on Revolt TV. That is where I watched some of it. It was interesting to say the least. It was so many people that came to celebrate him, that gave kind words, that did videos. It was a good variety of entertainment that spanned from liturgical dance, you had gospel music, and then you also had rap, you had the kids break dancing, you even had the baby mamas. They were coming and saying such nice things. Also, you see murder all the way up in the jail cell. Sent a message about young Dolph, and also Miss Monica came out with her black Balenciaga / Gucci jacket, honey, and read that little C murder note. I'm gonna tell you, if she get that man out of jail, he's gonna give her a new back. Okay, he gonna blow his back out trying to blow her back out. Okay, but it was a very interesting celebration. They sent him away well. It was obvious that he was an inspiration to many people, whether they had been black, white, orange, or rainbow. I even saw so many people of so many other ethnicities that came to celebrate him. And that was good. I was glad to see that. Okay. And I hope they find his killers. Yeah, Gunica. I hope they find his killers. And they, they've arrested people, but I hope that the real people that they do their time, I gotta put you on my TV. My phone is that. I hate putting, stuff in my nose. That's my thing. And it depends on where I go and what I'm doing. That's what's problematic about the Flonase. Again, I have to take way more allergy pills than the average person right now. I'm going to go visit my allergist soon. I'm over this house. I'm more allergic to stuff in this house than in the other house as well. And I was taking my Z-Pack and my steroids as it is the last couple of days. So we'll see. But I appreciate y'all thinking about me. So the next story is Miss Nene Leakes. And the word on the street is about her boyfriend. Now she got her a new man, honey. Now we're going to take this story. This is from Access Hollywood News, okay? And we're going to hear this story and what they have to say about Nene and her new love. Oops.
Man. The 54-year-old real Nene Leakes has found love with a new man. The 54-year-old Real Housewives of Atlanta star is officially dating businessman Naomi Salasio, a source close to Nene exclusively tells Access Hollywood. The source adds that the two officially became an item 2 days ago ahead of her birthday bash, but have been together for the last 2 months and are, quote, in love. The couple have just jetted off to Miami together, where Nene is planning a huge birthday bash for him following her own celebration. On Wednesday, the reality star had fans wondering if she had a new boyfriend after she shared pics from her surprise birthday bash in Atlanta, Georgia, on her Instagram, and posed with her new man for several pictures. In one snap, the reality star is rocking a red tracksuit as she poses next to Neoni Sella, who is rocking a lavender suit. News of Nene's dating life comes 3 months after she lost her husband, Greg, to a battle with cancer. He was 66. But the source tells Access that Nene has Greg's blessing and that he wanted her to move on with her love life, and the two spoke about it before his passing. Greg was first diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2018, but Nene told fans during an Instagram Live in June that he was back in the hospital. Greg and Nene first got married in 1997 before divorcing in 2011 and remarrying in June 2013. Fans got a peek at Greg's first battle with cancer during the 11th season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. In a 2019 interview with Access Hollywood's Kid Hoover and Scott Evans, Nene talked about her then public struggles with him and his first battle with cancer.
How is your husband? My husband's doing really good. He hit the gong, meaning like ring the bell after 6 months of chemotherapy. So he's done, and so he did a really good job.
I love the way that you also addressed some of the issues in your marriage on the show. Yeah. There's a lot of critique about how you and Tim relate to each other right now. And you said pretty clearly, we had issues before the cancer. The cancer didn't make that stuff go away.
No. So, when Greg was diagnosed with cancer, he wanted to help other men because he was the kind of guy that never went to the doctor, that kind of stuff. So he wanted to encourage people. So we discussed it. We're going to go on air on this show, and we're going to just be who we are. And whatever happens, happens. Everything you saw from me as a caretaker, that's how I honestly felt.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't like some of the things I said, but I got so much support from other caretakers who emailed me and they said, oh, I went through the same thing. It's natural I think it's natural to think, okay, so now he's sick. Now I need to take care of the person. Now, would he be taking care of me if I was sick? Would he be out here cheating? So those things were natural. I was just saying them out loud.
Right.
And I had so many caretakers to reach out to me and say, I felt the same way. And the fact that we had issues before this, it was still like,
right. That's what I love about Nene, though. You'll keep it real and say exactly what you're feeling.
But it's really true. Then you have thoughts of, okay, the next time you cheated on me? Okay, now you want me to take care of you?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you just really have those things. And I was just saying them out loud. And people who've never gone through this, they had the most opinions. People who've gone through it.
She said that time you cheated on me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Remember that time you cheated on me. And look, let's be real. A lot of us are judging Nene for this situation. But first of all, a lot of us don't know the details and how deep their situation goes on. I've heard that the man is married. Of course, I can't say nothing because I don't have proof that he's married or not. Now, Cheryl's in the chat saying she his cousin, and she's saying she hope he get a divorce and treat Nene right. The thing about this marriage thing, here we go, is semantics. Because I've seen people literally be separated. My parents were separated for 27 years and never got a divorce. So those are really, really, really gray areas. But I think they're holding her feet to the fire because of the way she treated Kim Zolciak for Big Papa. But those situations might have been different. He might have been straight up married. And Kim was his side chick. Who knows? But when you get older versus dealing with these situations when you're in your 30s, when you get in your 40s and 50s, the areas get a lot more gray than they used to be. I'm not telling you to go date no married man, no married woman, but I'm going to say it's not always as easy. When you go into separations and divorces and things like that, people don't want to give you a divorce. All of that kind of stuff. It's a lot to deal with. I don't think she was fucking. I think she wanted to wait till Greg was dead before she actually started dating. I don't think she was fucking while Greg was alive, but let's be real. She wasn't fucking on Greg for how long? Okay, so, and I'm sure that they had that discussion long before now to say, look, go ahead, live your life. I want you to be happy. You're a younger woman. Go find somebody to treat you half as good as I'm going to treat you. I'm sure they had that conversation. So it's a few touchy and gray areas. I'm sure she still loves Greg and still broken up about his death. But hey, fall into the arms of another man. Hop on pop, do whatever you got to do. These are rich people's problems, not mine, okay? I would have waited to be so public about it. I'm sure she stayed with Greg. Yeah, she probably stopped being on Greg like that years ago. Did you say excuse Shay? Yeah, I think she needed to shoulder the crowd and the dick to swing off of, Okay, he's not with her anymore. Again, that goes into, semantics. Being separated for X amount of time. Actually getting the papers filed. It's so many sticky areas with that. Yes, Big Papa was still with his wife. That's why he wasn't on camera. Yeah, heard his kiss was on Laguna Beach in one of the MTV reality shows. Wow. You feel she was fucking over him? Yeah, Greg stepped out. We know that he did. He was one of them type of men. Greg know him also. Yeah, I have a feeling that she knew him. To be that close to him and to just jump on right after the death of your husband in a month's time, you knew him. He was your confidant of some sort. Y'all so petty for this. I'm not doing y'all. Y'all been making fun of this damn Nene and what she be saying. I'm not going to do this. Our next story is a Kim Kardashian story. Earlier this week, I didn't bother to try to get the video. Northwest, her oldest daughter, went live on TikTok without her permission. And there's the outcome. So our story comes from People Magazine. She responds to her daughter North going live on TikTok. In my house, there are rules, okay? Uh-oh, sure, got all his teeth. Kim Kardashian is not too thrilled about her daughter North breaking the rules. In an interview with journalist Barry Weiss, the Keeping Up with Kardashians alum 41 says she wasn't happy when her 8-year-old daughter recently went live on TikTok without her permission, and that in my house there are rules. On Sunday, North filmed a live TikTok recording inside of her home without the Skims founder knowing. In the video, North walked into the room where Kardashian was laying in bed and began filming. "Mom, I'm live," North told Kardashian, who responded, "No, stop. You're not allowed to," before the video came into an end. Weiss went on to remind Kardashian, who shares daughters Chicago 3.5 and son Saint 6 and Psalm 2.5, with ex-Kanye West, that she used to break the rules all the time herself. And there's a picture of them. "I guess you're right," the Kardashian replied. "Like, I do break the rules. I don't really think about it that way. I'm cautious. I care so much about what other people think that I try to do it in a respectful way, even if I break them." She also agreed that it might be inevitable that North does the same thing she once did, especially given who her father is. I mean, Northwest is Kanye's daughter. Forget that. She's his twin. So she will definitely do all of the above, the reality star said. "But in my household, there are rules." She did really feel bad about that. And she apologized to me, and she said, "I saw it on TikTok and I got in trouble and I'm really sorry." And she got it. North launched a joint TikTok account with Kardashian at Kim and North in November. In their first video, the mother-daughter duo enjoyed a day spa with products from Kylie Jenner's line, Kylie Skin. Since then, North has been sharing a plethora of content from Thanksgiving celebrations to time with her cousin and more recently, festive activities ahead of the holidays. In a recent video, Kardashian and North were joined by Saint in Chicago as the four participated in the latest TikTok trend, bobbing their heads to a remix of Drilla Freestyle by Ops and Blocks. What did you say? Wait a minute, I can't see me. I can see me, but I can't see me the way I want to see me. There we go. She is a little grown, but again, those are rich people problems. She's not as bad as Courtney's kids, honey. They get to fighting and hitting back that time that Kim read her ass from Phil talking about she couldn't keep no damn nannies. But real talk, Kim and Kanye, they whoop their kids. They do regular stuff with their kids. So it's a little bit different. And when it comes to their discipline, okay? So, they know that they have a little bit more fear of God in them than the Disics. So I'm just, you loving my kid. I thought it was Nene spoke on her being a stripper in Meeting Grant. She was her big papa. Oh, yeah. It was a story about that. It was. Yeah, she do keep them walls super, super duper clean. Yeah, that was known T. If you go back and watch Nene's story and all those raw episodes, it explains how she was with Greg. And if you rewatch the wedding special that they had some stuff on there. So the next story is Chris Noth. If you don't know who Chris Noth is, he's also known as Big in Sex in the City. And he's also on one of those CSI Law and Order shows. I don't watch them, so I can't tell you which one it is, but I think it's SVU. Okay. Our next story is brought to you by Entertainment Tonight, and he's been accused of sexual assault. Here we go.
Disturbing. Two women who do not know each other have each come forward to the Hollywood Reporter with sexual assault allegations, which Noth denies. The alleged assaults happened in 2004 and 2015. The women say they are coming forward now after being triggered by his revival of Mr. Big and HBO Max's And Just Like That.
Oh my Carrie, I must have you. I was a little hesitant at first, because, well, it's interesting that it, like this whole thing, there's so much attention garnered on it, it becomes a little intimidating sometimes.
For you, Chris.
Private life.
The first accuser, who goes by the pseudonym Zoe, was 22 in 2004. She alleges a then 49-year-old Noth invited her to his Los Angeles apartment. Once inside, he immediately kissed her, then, quote, pulled off her shorts and bikini bottom and began to rape her. Zoe claims to have yelled stop. When she alleges he didn't, she pleaded with him to use a condom.
Okay, so you guys, this story, the reading part can be found in the Hollywood Reporter, and it's a lot more detailed.
She feared no one would believe her if she reported the alleged assault.
What side are you on?
The second accuser, who goes by Lily, was 25 in 2015. She claimed the then married 60-year-old asked her on a date in Manhattan, and after, quote, she had too much to drink, Lily agreed to go to Noth's apartment. The next thing she knew, quote, he was having sex with me in a chair. I was kind of crying as it happened. According to an alleged text reviewed by the Hollywood Reporter, Noth messaged, quote, did you enjoy our night? I thought it was a lot of fun, but I wasn't quite sure how you felt.
Is it intimidating to be called the perfect man?
I'm not being called that by anybody. No one's calling me the perfect man. It's really not my perfect family.
In a statement to ET, Noth calls both accusations, quote, categorically false, adding the encounters were consensual.
Should we take another ride? Life's too short not to.
In the wake of the allegations, Peloton has pulled their viral spot spoofing Big's death from their social pages.
So yes, this is kind of fucked up, and they did take away his sponsorship with Peloton. It's like they hurried up and made it within the day, and then the sexual allegations come out the next day, and his ass is down the next day. If like I said, you can go to the Hollywood Reporter and read all of the context that is there because it's very important. He does not deny ever fucking with these women. He's saying that it is consensual at that time. So there's that semantics again, that gray area. It was consensual. And it was so long ago. So they say he took it. He's saying they willingly gave it. Like one part I read is where the first girl, Zoe, said he didn't just, screw her. That he put his thing in her mouth while she was sitting on the couch. So it's a lot more to it than that, Then back then, what you call sexual assault and saying no means no is different from what we really get into today when it comes into consent. He also says that he understands no means no and not to go too far. There were some things where the lady said that she worked at the publicist company that handled him and Carrie and all that, and she was scared because he's like a god in so many ways, like they really look up to him. So it's good. If you want to read it, it's at the Hollywood Reporter. Like I said, there's so many other details that aren't put in there that it would be good to delve into that. More allegations without investigations. And yes, they pulled the plug on his sponsorship because of an allegation. Yes. He was popping. Yes, and they said because he was popping, that's what they did. And Yolanda, that's why they got the Peloton commercial, because he died. They were like trying to resurrect him in so many ways, you know. But oh yes, are happy that they killed off his character. It's kind of bogus. Yeah, they said like they were triggered. Oh, he got a job now. Like, yeah, they praising him. So let me get him up off. Now we want to say something. So if one person said she had a kid done. She never said anything. She filed a police report. It's so much to it. But they never bothered to press charges. So it's good to, it's a lot of detail that wasn't captured in that. And some things that they did not recollect that they did. So it's a sad situation. It's a touchy situation as well. So next, we have our final celebrity story. It's about Miss Doja Cat. Excuse me. Miss Doja Cat. He doesn't even look sexy now with all that hair. That gritty 5 o'clock shadow. She made the cover of Rolling Stone. And here is the background to that. Brought to you by the Rolling Stone. Hey, Doja. Hey, girl. Hey. And she has a sickening body. Yes, she does. Her star. I said pause, nigga. Her star is definitely on the rise. I think she looks gorgeous in this. I look forward to seeing her. Could find that odd. She went to the hole, but nothing materialized. Went to hole, and nothing materialized. I guess. Yes, her body is banging. She's a very pretty girl. It seemed like she's nice, but you know, they said that she had some problematic things going on. But I'm here for the Doja. She's a fellow Gemini, so it is what it is. And guess what? Why Maya? I don't think so. I don't see Maya there. I just don't. Love you, twin, but I don't. I don't see it for her. Yes, this is 50/50 News with Princess AV. If you're coming in late, please take the time, because we're on the break right now, to hit that like button, please. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll always know when I'm live, at least when I'm doing the news, if that's all you like. But whatever you like, I like it, and I love it, and I love you for coming today, okay? Support a Black sister. So we're at our last leg of the news today, and that is YouTube. We actually have some YouTube news today, so what I'm very interested in. I have a video here courtesy of the lead attorney, and lead attorney said he wasn't striking nobody, so I thank you, and I hope that you don't strike my channel. You know, not receiving much coverage everywhere. Thank you, Lotus Blossom. Thank you. So yes, what'd you say? You went to the hospital, nothing materialized. Yeah, like I said, you have to go read the actual article at the Hollywood Reporter. That's what I think. That's where I read it at, and that's where they got the notes from. Lead attorney is going against Fresh and Fit this week, or maybe it's flip-flop. Fresh and Fit is going against lead attorney. The background story on this is Fresh and Fit has nearly been shut down by YouTube, and they are also under investigation. One of the investigations is because they misuse copyrights. One person that has been a victim of this is the lead attorney. They were in a scandal about 2 months ago, and some of everybody was doing a story on them. I did not do the story on them because I don't know them, nor do I give a fuck about them. Some young whores, fucking young whores, and talking about it. And like, yeah, okay, you know, I had never heard of them, and they don't come up in my algorithms because God knows that ain't no shit that I really watch. So everybody was doing a story on them, and somebody named Albion Preach in this gossip. So they gave the lead attorney 10 copyright strikes in one day for using content out of their videos. Okay. And I don't know why they are like that. Your asshole shit to do. It doesn't help you any, you know, sometimes you need to hit somebody, but sometimes it's just really unnecessary. So this is a story that a talk that the lead attorney had on his channel with Kevin Samuels this past week. Again, thank you, lead attorney, for not striking people. At least that's what you said on your video, okay? But in the meantime, I'm just going to play parts of this. If you would like to see the whole thing, go ahead to the lead attorney's channel, okay? Support the lead attorney. He got 100-something thousand subscribers, okay? He'll like it. He'll welcome you on there. So I'm going to skip to some parts where Kevin Samuels really got into the meat of the story.
Samuels, how are you doing? Under a microscope, and I don't strike you. I want to make this unequivocally clear. There is a multi-million-dollar industry of responding to Kevin Samuels, and I don't strike it. I've had my entire life put under a microscope, and I don't strike it. I've even put up parameters and guidelines for people who would like to use my content without permission. That doesn't mean they have to. It's just one thing that I noticed is that what I consider to be serious content creators or full-time content creators, we often give each other a courtesy request or a courtesy heads up. Mm-hmm. That's what I noticed. But then for casual content creators, people who just are running channels for their own personal benefit, that's where it tends to become tricky. And the one thing that I tend to find egregious is when someone simply clicks the OBS or clicks their streaming software and simply mirrors your content in live streams. Yes.
I don't allow that because that is no different than taking a copy of a movie or playing your favorite artist's music and just streaming it.
And we don't like to do that here.
There's no transformative nature.
We're not trying to do that.
You sitting there doing the same thing and saying, "Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's great." That's not transformative in nature. So right. I want to be clear because people keep trying to, put me into parts of this situation. If there is something that's questionable, is when, especially like IG content, Instagram content, that's I don't even have a chance to upload myself. Someone wants to mirror it and upload it. And see, people just think they can do what they want with people's content, but that's not this. That is not this.
And I have been guilty of that. People even, I struck them. Live streaming my live while I was live. I'm usually pretty good about letting other people use my content. For me, it's just like, don't be disrespectful. Ask me. Be respectful of me and what I do. Using things that, my backgrounds, different stuff like that. Just ask me to help you. Ask me first before you steal from me. So I definitely understand what he's saying.
This, from what I understand, is the silence criticism. The silence, you want to use my content in my responses.
Correct.
I'm not okay with that. Because, my personal opinion is if you're going to put something out there on the platform, it's open for public consumption. Now, how they use it, I think
a different thing.
What like the judge would look at? He'd look at how much of the content,
Was it transformative in nature? What did you do? If those elements are met, then it's fair use.
Yes.
But this isn't coming in as fair use. This is coming in as we don't like what people are saying, and this is that. And that's a dangerous game.
And you cannot get into your feelings here on YouTube. I mean, sometimes we have feelings. We do have feelings. But you can't get into your feelings on YouTube, especially when you're a bigger platform, when you're talking about 1 million people on your platform. People are going to say shitty things about you, period.
Because...
And I understand, Kathy. I definitely understand.
On a particular element of 1 or 2 videos, when it's done like this, you can tend to be wrong on the bigger parts. Like from what I understand, lots of creators woke up with several different strikes.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's just a better way of approaching it. But I think it's going to be interesting because even though I have my personal opinions on it, I think there's going to be there will be a discussion about this later in YouTube. But at the end of the day, trying to get anybody's channel taken down simply because you don't like what they're saying, in my opinion, is counterproductive. Which is why I just completely stay away from all beef.
Yeah.
And I will say personally, if anybody in men's content if anybody has a reason to want to take people down and strike people down and say crazy things and shut stuff down, I think I would have a good case for it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But it's bigger. It's bigger than this. So at the end of the day, I think
look, these men be giving these men money, honey.
Because you should be able to discuss things behind the scenes. You know, we don't make peace with our friends; we make peace with our enemies. Or people we disagree with. So I think it will be better off overall if people could sit down and talk behind the scenes. And I don't know many people who would not be willing to talk, but once it goes public like this, then it makes people draw sides.
Yes.
There is fair use, and then there's retaliation.
You said the wrong messenger. That could be very well true.
Is this really a fair use case, or is this censorship and retaliation? And I don't care what side of the camp you come down on, whose content you watch. If you're a fan of the particular content creators who react, or if you're a particular fan of the originator, I don't think any of us benefit from retaliation and censorship. It's just not a good thing. It's just not a good thing.
You're exactly right, and you know, this can be a learning opportunity, not only for these two brothers, but for other people as well. And striking content really just goes to the heart of what we are trying to do here in this space, because we're all trying to make content. And so striking content because you don't agree with something, not the fact that, it violates this or that in terms of copyright infringement, but just because you don't agree with what's being said.
Let me say something real quick then. Okay.
So this interview, this little clip is 13 minutes long, and I ain't playing all that, okay? But I just wanted to get into part of the meat and potatoes of what was said on, the lead attorney. If you want to hear the whole thing, go over there to lead attorney's channel and go hear the whole interview. When it comes to Facebook and copyright infringement and restriction, it's really a lot. People do abuse it. And in this case, they're saying that Fresh and Fit abused it. And there's no point in being greedy. If you got 1 million people, okay, that are your followers, that ain't going to hurt you a little bit. It's not going to hurt you at all. Now, people who just take your shit and get to running with it and doing it, like he said, exactly like it was, no reaction, no nothing, then it's different. It's different because it's your baby and it's your content. You don't want anybody to take your content from you like that. So yes, I totally understand. You have to move accordingly. Thank you, lead attorney, for that special tidbit that you're putting out there. in helping people. So now why we're not giving KS? Well, he ain't, unless he gonna do a super chat. That was on the lead attorney's channel, so it's not Kevin Samuels. Okay, it's different. Now, if you don't like the lead attorney, then that's something a little bit different. But he does kind of worship Kevin Samuels. They call him the Godfather, And when I was in the chat last week, some people they calling me fat. I think I'm gonna do a little video about that, honey. I don't give a fuck about y'all man worshiping men. That don't mean don't nobody want me. Y'all behind a computer screen. Nobody fucking with you. Okay, go somewhere with that bullshit. I don't come here for that. That's again a conversation for a different day in a different situation. My last story on YouTube today is I was trying to recover it from where I saw it this morning and I couldn't. They say what they have said is they did a statistics and said that one of the top 10 dream jobs, I'm sorry, why am I so tongue twisted? One of the top 10 dream jobs the youth of today want to go into is YouTubing. They don't want to be nothing else when they grow up. They say, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. What do I have to say to that? That shit is stupid as fuck. Okay. I myself am on YouTube and I'm looking to grow into higher heights and deeper depths. Yes, if you have a kid that wants to be a YouTuber, it's best to take what they have right now and cultivate it. Okay. Make it great. Show them work ethics and let them see if they really want to do this shit. Because the money is not here, at least not yet. You might make a few dollars, but they get to watching these people on YouTube with 1 million followers and something 100,000 followers and these 4K productions, and they giving away money. I watch that shit with my daughter. They giving away money and homes and cars, and they making it rain on people and all this kind of stuff. That's not the reality of the normal YouTube content creator. It takes years and years of work in order to build an audience, in order to get yourself out there, in order to get into the algorithms on a consistent basis. It takes a lot of work, and we make it look easy, especially them damn edited videos. It takes hours and hours of work that's dedicated into all of that. Then trying to find out what your audience likes and what will go into it. This is not for the faint of heart. If you have a child that wants to be a YouTuber, yeah, if you want to go ahead and break them in now, that's cool. But otherwise, tell them, no, motherfucker, no, okay? It's money in it, but it ain't no money in it. Money comes from sponsorships, all kinds of stuff. But you have to have an audience, a big audience, to start making that kind of money. You have to constantly stay on. So you can stay in the algorithms, so you can stay on people's minds so they want to watch you. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Okay. And I get why kids want to be a YouTuber because it looks glamorous and a lot of people obsessed with the number of subscribers. Type, where's the normal ambition? Yeah, it's just not. Okay. You could be a content creator, but it takes a lot more to that. Go get you a job. And everybody that does this, you're not necessarily cut out for it. I believe there's a spot for everybody. You just got to find your audience. But what they're talking about, honey, that's not common. It takes years of being poor and stuff a lot of times in order to get that. It's a lot to it. You might go viral. But what are you going to do after that? You have to have something that hold people's interest. Not a parent. If I had a kid who wants to be a YouTuber, I would talk with them about YouTube being their business for a career. But what are you majoring in? See, I major in journalism. I want to do something after this, outside this. YouTube is a part-time hobby for most people. My dad would have whooped me if I said I want to be a YouTuber. No cap, he would. You know, this is just a home version of television, okay? You need to think bigger than that. They need to know what the work really goes into YouTube, and also the investment on having those type of elaborate shows like they see. It is a great investment that you might take a while to see back, just like any other business. Teach your children about entrepreneurship and business. Find out what their passion is. If they want to be on TV, teach them about journalism and stuff like that. Teach them how to enunciate, to write. If it can be better content creator. You know, you just got to work your way up to 15 subscribers. Congratulations, Mrs. Weedy Pooh. And we're about to have something to put you out there. I've been meaning to text y'all. Okay, I do share your videos when I get a chance. But besides that, let me blow my nose. I'm sorry. That's all I have today for the 50-50 news. I got some things today. I got to get home, get some things. Might get good, but not a straight actor. No, not just, yeah. You could be doing that in the meantime while you're in school. Anybody 0 to 100 can do YouTube, but you shouldn't make that a career focus. That's a person that is in YouTube for a career, okay? I got to do other shit to bring in money. Do that merch, all kinds of shit. All that counts into doing YouTube. My son works a job and does Twitch and some YouTube on the side. That's the way that works. But aside from that, again, I'm done with 50-50 news today. I thank you guys for coming. I thank you guys for spending time with me. Those who don't know and just popped in, again, my name is Princess AV, and you are watching House of the Princess 50-50 News, okay? And thank you to my good girlfriend with the Cash App. Thank you so much, or the Super Chat. Thank you so much for the Super Chat today. I appreciate you. I love you. Tell the kids to go to school for media, speech, video production. Yes, and adjacent fields to work up so they have employable skill. Yes. I can always, as an audio engineer, go to a studio, get a job. Go to cinema companies and go get a job. I have something that I'm skilled at in order to do that. Thank you, Yvette, so much. So, yes, follow me on Instagram. That's what that is. That's my main page. You can also find my business pages from there. Royalty Beauty Brands and the Intimate Dutchess. Here's Facebook, Princess AV. There you can also find my group, House of the Princess, on Facebook as well. And this is my email address. If you want to email, send me any correspondence. It's right here, info, excuse me, at hausoftheeprincess.com. Also, if you want to send any donations other than Cash App and Super Chat, you can use that email as well for PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle. Lastly, this is a Cash App for donations, and thank you for helping me out so much. And yes, as Ebony M says, hit that like button. Okay, I thank you ahead of time for even doing that. I appreciate for all the love in the chat. I thank you for the appreciation, even for the replay game. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you'll know when go to all, so you'll know when all of my broadcasts are live. Also, feel free to join the channel. There's a join button right there. If you can't find that, also, I have the link in the description box, okay? So I thank all y'all for y'all support, y'all love. I hope that you have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I know I'm going to try to. I'm going to post some pictures on Instagram. If nobody has told you today, I love you. Thank you so much for watching 50-50 News. Have a good day.